You can still get your life back. Get your life back. It's real. Get your life back. Get your life back.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is in your part of the world. So I'm up early. Well, I was out here from like 7 something. I'm having my car inspected. It's that time. January is the month for me. And so I want to be out here nice and early before I start the rest of my day and wait for a friend to pick me up because I want to come back and get my car today. Not tomorrow because I need it anyway. So, today is, we're in 2020, the year 2020, another new decade. And everybody is talking about goals, vision, destiny, purpose, operating in your passion and purpose, and becoming goal-oriented. So I wanted to talk about assessing and identifying obstacles that can get in the way of your goal, or that you think get in the way of you achieving your short-term and long-term goals. We need to prepare for obstacles. That's how you become realistic when you're writing down your goals. You're preparing yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically, because one thing affects the other, in case things happen, for those obstacles, because things will happen. Things not always going to be so smooth. And so we have to give ourselves grace, as I often say, so that way you won't feel like you're self-defeated. You're not just giving up and throwing in the towel and saying it's too much, I'm not going to do this, or you're not operating from a negative mindset because of your past, a lot of things didn't work out or whatever it is, and you have told yourself this narrative that things don't really work out for me already. So you kind of that person that wait for the bottom to drop out, or maybe you get anxious for small things. You have a problem coping and working through things, or becoming solution focused, and giving yourself room to make mistakes. I'm talking to that individual mostly, but all of us need to prepare for little things that happen when we're trying to achieve particular goals and we're trying to make steps. Giving yourself grace that says it's okay. God gives us grace. He gives us room to mess up and try to do it right the next time. Get it together. And so that's what I want you to do. So this is definitely for you. Now, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Cheryl Howard. I am an empowerment speaker. I'm a certified life purpose coach. I'm also a mental health professional, a pastoral counselor, a minister, and a number of other things, and entrepreneurial. So I'm like a parapreneur, where I still work in my career, which was a dream job for me, career, but also building my own businesses on the side. So they call that parapreneur. We have a lot of new names now, which I like. The sun is coming out and bursting through the clouds. So that's why I hope I don't look too dark. I hope you can still see me, whatever. But let's talk about identifying your obstacles. And I'm going to come from a chapter in my book, new journal called Purpose Passion Finder Journal. Purpose Passion Finder Journal that I've written. Many people have bought it already. If you want to buy it, go to CherylWhiteHoward.com. You will see a link up on the top left side. You can click on it. You can purchase the book. It will be shipped out to you. I will even sign it. It will be available on Amazon in a couple of months. But if you want to get it now, that's one way of getting it. And I think I have something on my website where you can go to Get Your Life Back shop, and you can buy the journal as well. And what happens is I'm using this book. This is actually what's happening. This is the book, the journal that I use in my online workshop, Purpose Passion Finder Workshop. I already have participants registered, and they're actually taking the online workshop. So it's like a workshop / course where I am helping those who are members learn how to identify their strengths and their passions and purpose, and figure out, first of all, once they identify what their strength and purpose and passion is, they want to operate in it. And then the next level is maybe they want to monetize it. Their skills, they understand that they're a brand, and they have another purpose to serve. And they can make money doing the things that they love to do. But first, they need to zero in on what it is they love to do, what helps them to thrive, what gives them that passion to keep going. So that's part of the Purpose Passion Finder Workshop. So the journal is used where I'm coaching my participants through each segment of it with my videos like this one, and we're working through each chapter, and then the rest is on your own, but I'm kind of navigating them through the whole process of getting to that end. So today I'm going to talk about identifying obstacles and assessing your obstacles and being prepared for it. You know, like I said, giving yourself grace. So let's start with the first one. This is the question you're going to ask yourselves. Can you start and maintain this goal, outcome? Example, do you have complete control over achieving it? Is there something blocking you from having control towards achieving your goal? Is something getting in the way? Is something taking up your time? You have to assess what that is so you can complete your goal. So do you have complete control over achieving it? Can you just go ahead and start doing it? And if not, just write down what that is. Because you want to know if you can kind of start this goal now and maintain it, or if it's not the best time, but still write it down. At least you know what's stopping you, why you don't have control. Maybe it's a time thing, and you don't, other people are kind of in the mix, and you got to take care of that stuff first. And we're going to get to that too as well. The next one is, how will making this change affect other aspects of your life? So that goal, that thing you're working towards, how will making this change affect other aspects of your life? For example, what else might you need to deal with? Now, again, we can think about our relationships. Maybe there's some things you got to work out in different relationships, whether it's children, a loved one, a spouse, or your work relationship, your job, whatever it is. Maybe you need to deal with some things. Maybe you need to reprioritize some things in your life so that way you can work towards this goal. So you have to assess all of that and deal with those things and not compare yourself to what other people are doing. We all have our own journey. We all have our own obstacles, things we need to deal with. So just because you have to deal with stuff doesn't mean you have to stop and give up. You're just writing down and you're dealing with these things. You're being realistic and you're dealing with the things you need to take care of so you can work towards this goal. How bad do you want it? So that's why it's important to identify the obstacles now. Think about it. You're being mindful. So we practice a little mindfulness in this situation as well. So yes, and what else you might need to deal with. So that was that one. Think about that. What's good about your current situation? Example, what's the benefit of staying right where you are right now? Then ask, how can I keep those good aspects while still making this change? What is good about your situation right now? Maybe you need to stay where you are right now, but you're still working towards your goal because maybe you need to save some more money. You need to raise some more capital. Maybe you want to start a business, a ministry, a program, or something. And so that's the benefit of staying where you are right now. You need to get some more money so you can do some. Maybe there's some lessons you need to learn. Maybe there's some more skills you need to acquire under your belt before you totally step out. So that's the benefit of you staying right in your current situation because you got a plan. So let me tell you something. When I say plan, don't think of a formal plan like a business plan. Sometimes a plan is just writing down these things. You're writing out your thoughts. You're writing down the process, things you need to deal with, whether it's in a journal, a book. I have all kinds of books and little journals at home that I can go back to and look and check off the list and see what it is I need to do next, or look at my progress and what I need to tweak, and all, making room again, giving yourself grace for these obstacles, for detours, for little delays, but not denied, all of that good stuff, right? And so think of all the benefits of where you are now. Then ask, how can I keep these good aspects? What can you learn about getting money saved and raised? Maybe you've learned to manage your money better. That's a good thing. Maybe that's the lesson you're learning now, because when you step in a bigger role, well, I hate that little sticker's in the way. When you step into a bigger role or platform, or you're on another level of whatever it is you're trying to do, that's going to be very important. Saving money, right? Prioritizing. Maybe you're learning how to organize, how to be an organized person, how to set structure in your life. And so you're practicing that now. So I believe you're always in a state of learning. I'm trying to get it with that thing. It's not in the video. A state of learning some lessons that we're going to take with us that's going to make us better and we have more success. So think about that. What might you have to give up? It's a big one. Stop doing to achieve this goal? Essentially, what's the price of making this change, and are you willing to pay it? So again, it's easy to go to money. Maybe you have to sacrifice. If your goal is to make more money, you need to invest more, or you just need to raise more capital, or just maybe take care of yourself, because maybe your goal is, I want to quit that 9-to-5 job, or whatever it is, or something else you want to stop doing, but you need the money to cover you in doing that. There's some sacrifices you have to make. Maybe you have to stop eating out as much. Maybe you eat out 3 and 4 times a week, and I mean really spend some money. Maybe you need to work out a budget, because some of us have those kind of careers or jobs where we out a lot and we have to eat something. We can't, we may not, like me, I'm in the field, for instance. I'm always meeting my clients where they are, or outdoors somewhere, wherever, and I don't always have access to a refrigerator or stove or oven. I don't really use microwaves unless I have to, so I rarely use them. I don't even have one in my house. I just refuse to use microwave every day, and having that radiation in my food and with the molecules and all the other kind of stuff. So because I'm health conscious, so I try to make efforts. Like, I'm not 100% all of the time, but I believe it should make efforts to take care of our bodies as much as possible. So we don't always have that access, so what I do, again, saving money not to spend. Is easy for me to spend money because I need to eat. I'm out for hours at a time, and I'm working with clients, and I get hungry. I try to have healthy snacks in my car whenever I can, so that way I can have stuff to kind of eat on. But in a lot of times, on a lot of mornings, I make smoothies, vegetable and fruit smoothies, because they hold me for a couple of hours. And like I said, I have my healthy snacks as much as possible. So yeah, sometimes I eat the cheap foods once in a while, because who wants salad every day? All day long? Some of us don't mind that. I love salad, but I don't want it every day, all day long. So I have to always be creative in finding ways to allow myself to eat and not starve myself. Not a planned fast, or not an involuntary fast, right? So that may be a sacrifice that a lot of us have to make. Okay, I got to spend less money, because it feels bad. You hate to have that guilt when you're like, I know I've experienced, I spent too much this week. That money could have went towards this, and just beat yourself up. And I don't want you to do that at all. So this is a good video for those of you who have the tendency to beat yourself up, like, it's just too much. If you plan, if you prepare yourself, you identify your obstacles, it will put you in a better state mentally, spiritually, and physically. Because like I said, one thing affects the other, because you already have told yourself in your mind, I'm allowing myself these little mistakes or discrepancies or delays, so that way I won't get too bent out of shape when things don't work as smoothly. Okay, this week I'll work on this next week, and I'll set some things in order. That's all. Just tell yourself that narrative, not the other narrative where you just say, you know what, you start thinking negative. Maybe this wasn't meant. Sometimes that's just coming from a defeated mindset. That's why I'm using some mindfulness in this, because you told yourself that story based on maybe some past experiences. So you kind of, again, waiting for the bottom to drop out, or you battle with anxiety and worrying. I don't know, worration. I heard somebody say that, but I don't think that's such a word. Is that such a word? But anyway, so this part will be helpful when it comes to that. Thinking of what you need to sacrifice in order to achieve your goal. Maybe you got to spend more time, set some time in your schedule to work on your goals. Maybe that's something you need to do. You're going to have to sacrifice some time. So maybe you got to speak less on the phone. Maybe you have to spend less time on the computer unless it's working towards your goal. So you know where I'm going with that. Next one, if there's something important around achieving this goal to help you succeed, or that could get in the way that you haven't mentioned yet, what would it be? So I have a place for you to write all that down. If there was something important around achieving this goal to help you succeed, or that could get in the way, you need to write that down again. Again, prepare yourself for what can get in the way of it. And this way you're kind of like, okay, if this happened, A, B, C, and D, I'm going to move around. I'm going to work around it this way. The last one I'm going to cover here, who will you have to be to achieve this goal? Do you have to be more diligent? Do you have to be more focused, which is a lot of our goals that we have to work on? First of all, learning how to be more focused. Maybe you have to be that person. Be that person that says, okay, these things happen, these obstacles they're happening, but I'm not going to allow it to stop me. Maybe you have to learn to be that optimistic person, that positive person. Maybe you have to change some things. So maybe you have to work on that. That could go back to a former question of what do you have to deal with in order to achieve this goal? Maybe you have to deal with yourself, your emotions, your mindset may have to change so you can see some changes. If you're operating the same and you're looking for a different result, they call it insanity. And so you don't want to operate in insanity. So who do you have to become? That person who is disciplined. Sometimes if we're not naturally disciplined, that's a learning thing in itself. Like, oh, I got to learn how to be disciplined. Maybe you never learned that. Maybe you never had structure in your life and you feel like you all over the place all of the time. And so you have to find some structure when it comes to you setting some goals for yourself. Anyway, I am done with that. I hope this was helpful to somebody. I think I helped myself when you think about things or you write down certain things, goals or whatever. And sometimes you hear messages and you have to hear it again. Cause I needed to hear that again to get yourself realigned back on track. And so you can stay on track. And it's all right if you have a little obstacle in that track, you're still working towards that goal. That's the important thing. Again, if you want to get my book, go to CherylWhiteHoward.com, purchase the book there. You could DM me and let me know that you would like me to ship you this book, and I will, and I'll give you an autographed copy because I think I am special. But no, it'll be something personal. I'm excited to give this, to ship this book out to you so you can have it in your possession and you can work with it on your own. I do want to mention this is the very journal that I'm using in my Purpose Passion Finder workshop, which is online at the Get Your Life Back Academy. That's my academy, Get Your Life Back. And I actually have a few people already enrolled in that workshop now, and they're working through this journal and I'm working through it with them. So I have a whole lot of videos like the one I just did, and we're working through each chapter, each segment. And then there's other work for them to do. And then there's some things that come along with the online workshop that I'm gifting to all of those who participate as well. So I'm excited about that. And if you want to just sign up and join us in there, you can get a lot more than what I gave you today. And then also too, there's people in there who understand that they are a brand, and they understand that their passions and their purpose is brandable, marketable, bankable, and they want to do things that they love to do. And so they want to zero in on what their strengths are, with their gifts, their talent, their skills, understand what it is they love to do, what gives them the most passion. And they want to learn how to live in that thing, that purpose that gives them enjoyment, give them a sense of fulfillment, something that gives a meaning to their lives. That's what the workshop is all about. So I kind of help navigate you in all of that, assessment and identifying that. And then the next level is just learning how to brand all of that. Maybe making a business out of it, maybe making a service or something out of all of that, which you have, what's inside of you. You're using what's in your hands. But anyway, that's it. I'm so glad you tuned in. Please leave some commentaries on any of the platforms, whether you listen by audio on SoundCloud or Apple Podcasts, or you are watching by way of YouTube. I would love to continue the conversation. So add your in addition to, or let me know if this was helpful to you. Let me know if it make you go, things I need to think about, things I need to incorporate in my own goal setting and goal planning as well. Thank you so much. You be blessed.